So it's all well and good you guys asking me to cover your chart requests, and I try and get through each and every single one of them. But one thing that you keep asking in the comments is, how do I analyze a chart? How do I understand whether something's bullish or bearish? How do I understand whether it's at structure support or structure resistance? How do I know if it's overbought or oversold? Well, in this video, we're going to be using RV as the mechanism. We're going to zoom out at the weekly time frame, and I'm going to show you the most simple tips to be able to apply them to your chart to help understand these key questions, because these questions wouldn't even be asked without applying these indicators, without applying these tools to the chart, because the chart tells a story. The chart is a representation of human emotions. And by the end of this video, I want you to play along. I want you to apply these to your charts. And I want you, more importantly, to tell me if you understand to a greater degree exactly whether something's bullish, whether something's bearish, and more importantly, what the sticking points are going to be in the market. So he's Arve, he's the weekly time frame, and let's play along together. This is what a naked price chart looks like. This is the Arve chart. Each one of these candles represents 1 week of price action. Now, what I want you to do, and I want you to promise me this because you can do this. Each and every single one of you can follow these 4 steps, and each and every single one of you, by the end of this video, I promise you now, you do it on each and every single one of your altcoins. I promise you it will give you more of an edge in the market than what you've got now, because you're going to understand structure resistance, structure support. You're going to understand how to apply these tools, and you're going to understand how the indicators help give confluence to price action and help build on top of your analysis to give you more probabilities. So the 4 metrics, the 4 tools that we're going to use: stochastic RSI, the RSI, we're going to use the Fibonacci retracement tool and the Fibonacci extension tool. So get your charts up, pause the video, get ready, and we're going to do this together. First thing we're going to do, Fibonacci retracement tool. Where are we going to put this? This is the weekly. This is the 2021 bull market high. That's going to be your starting point for the retracement. You're going to pull it all the way back down to the bear market low. That's going to give you support and resistance barriers. How do we know it's going to give us support and resistance barriers? We can look. We can look here. What happened? It was a resistance point. We can look here. What happened? A rejection point. We can look here. What happened? Support. So you can see the further down that you look along this level here, there's been a reaction. And that's exactly what happened here. And that's exactly what happened here. So that's a 50% level, and that's a 50% retracement from its previous all-time high. Now, the next thing that we're going to add on there is our extension tool. Where do we add our extension tool? What's the difference between a retracement and an extension? On a retracement, you look at how far it is actually going to retrace as far as price action is concerned. On an extension, we're looking for swings to the upside in an uptrend, swings to the downside in a downtrend. And we're looking for confluence levels as well. And we're going to talk about swings in a minute. Firstly, we're going to add our trend-based fib extension level. I'm going to do it from this swing here, all the way to this swing, the high, and then back down to the swing low to look for an extension here. Now, could you see anything? Can you see any confluence on this chart? We haven't added any indicators on, but can you see any sticking points? Firstly, let's talk about this level. What happened? It's a 78.6% retracement of its previous all-time high. It's retraced a full 78.6% once it reaches this level here. That's going to be a sticking point. How do we know it's going to be a sticking point? What happened here? Got rejected twice on the week. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Elliott wave. And I'm not an expert in Elliott wave, but I know the basics. We've got 5 swings. If we want 5 swings, we need one thing to happen. Wave 3 needs to be bigger than wave 1, and wave 3 cannot be the shortest swing. So what we need, and what we've done here, is swing 1. There's swing 1. We've pulled back, and then we're looking for an extension for swing 3. We were looking for swing 3 to be bigger than swing 1, and we're looking for swing 3 to be a 1-2-7-2 extension. So that's exactly why we use the extensions, and that's given us a price of 533.85. That's going to be a key sticking point. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a retracement tool on there again, because we're looking this time for retracement from this swing here. So from there to its high, and we're looking for how far this swing's pulling back. And is there any sticking points? Is there any reactions? Have we got confluence? How is price reacting to it? First thing that you can see, we've had a bounce here twice, 50% level. In fact, 3 times, 50% level. The next thing you can see, confluence. We've got the 38.2% retracement, which is also the big 38.2 from this swing. So that's 38.2 here from this swing, which has flipped above and is now holding support. And we need it to hold support, and that's a key area to break through. So this level here is going to tell us a big story. We couldn't tell this from looking at the price chart without adding these levels in. That's going to be a story. There's double confluence there. We didn't know without adding the Fibonacci tools on there. That is 282.56. Where's the next resistance point going to be? It's up here, 356.01. What happens if we drop further down? We've got the golden 618. How do we know that it's going to get a reaction? Because we've got a big buy up here. See how these levels are sticking points. So you've got 217 if we drop to the downside. You've got 282. That's going to be the key area. This is going to be the key area. We need to hold today, ideally. Then we can start testing this high and knocking on the ceiling to try and break through the 0.5 and hold that as support. That's the aim of the game in the short term. Now, we've got the indicators. So you've got your RSI and you've got your stochastic. The stochastic's telling us one thing. At this level here, which was here, what was that? Overbought at resistance. So if you're looking at this and you're identifying that's a resistance level, you know it's a resistance level because of that, you know it's a resistance level because it's the 0.5, and you're expecting a rejection because you're overbought, what happens? Is it a good time to buy, or is it a good time to take money off the table? If you're trading, it's a good time to take money off the table. Why? Resistance, overbought. Simple. What's happening now? We're coming back. We're entering into an oversold position. So we're entering into an oversold position, and the key is that we need to be holding these levels here whilst this comes back down to give us enough momentum to push up and break through the ceiling to try and test this 61.8 and break through the 356.01, which is the 0.5 level that we've been rejected from. Next thing we've got is the RSI. Simple terms, over 70, overbought, under 30, oversold. 50 level actually tells a story. Now, we'll stick that on here. 50 level tells a story. Now, look at the price. When you're above the 50, you trade in bullish. When you're below the 50, you trade in bearish. You can see that we've broke through the 50, pull it up, and we would expect this to hold as support if we hold the 38.2% retracement. So that's the aim of the game in the short term. Now, did you follow along? Did you learn something? If you did, and you are watching this and you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. The only way that you're going to build on your analysis is ask questions, because I've put thousands of hours into technical analysis, and guess what? I could have condensed that into hundreds of hours, or even shorter than that if I was directed in the right place at the right time. But unfortunately, I looked at loads of rubbish. Guys, I even looked at BitBoy, for God's sake, early on. So understanding, you building on your analysis, you understanding what's fair value, and you understanding how to read a price chart is just the same, guys, as you going into a shop and you understanding whether something's cheap or whether something's expensive. Understand exactly what you're buying, understand where the risks lies. And these 4 steps, I'm hoping that they helped you identify at any given time what your next move should be and how you can prepare for that on your altcoins, because this channel, it is all about education, guys. And I promise you, I'm going to teach you everything that I know, and I'm going to continue to develop myself every single day. So if you did like it, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions. See you in the next one.